This is two different berries that you'll be able to grow. One of them is a traditional blackberry. We then also have raspberries. That's called Raspberry Caroline. And can we show them the plants?
Yes.
Because I get out of the way. There you go.
Okay. Out of the way. Listen, that is the raspberry right there.
Oh,
this is Caroline, and it is really sweet. The fruit is really large, and guess what? Both the raspberry and the blackberry, you get two crops, early summer and late summer. You don't get that on the regular plants. You don't.
That's the big difference. And these are perennials. They'll come back year after year.
They come back every single year, but they're also tidy. They're not rampant like the old-fashioned ones. And guess what this one is?
Blackberry.
This one is the one I call No More Tears Freedom Blackberry. You know why? Look, here it is. By the way, this is the blackberry. That's the raspberry. Your plants that I'm shipping should get this big this year. This is what they do. But look, have you ever picked blackberries? No more tears. You know why? Because there are no thorns on these. Send the kids out and they'll come back.
That's beautiful.
They'll be happy. There won't be any of that crying business.
We could always tell when it was blackberry season because the back of our hands would be torn up from the thorns.
But we loved them so much, we still did it. We still did it, but you don't have that. And this is the Caroline, the sweetest of the sweet on these arcing branches.
Caroline has tiny little thorns, but they're itty bitty and they're not a problem.
And look at them together. By the way, it's not a choice of.
You get both.
You get both. You get the Freedom No More Tears blackberry, and you get the Caroline raspberry.
Now, here's the story, though. There are 1,500 of these plants or sets of plants available, and that is it.
For the year.
That is it.
That is it.
It is 36 minutes after 6 a.m. East Coast time. First real full day of spring.
Yes.
And what we have is all that we could get. And I want to express the joy of being able to walk out in your own garden and not only see Mother Nature do what she does, but to be able to pick these right off of the vine and eat them right away.
Exactly. And keep in mind, unlike the regular ones that you know, these fruit twice. The regular ones do it once. You've got the Freedom Blackberry with no thorns that fruits early summer and late summer. You've got the Caroline Raspberry that fruits early summer and late summer.
Nice and sweet.
You're getting everything. Look at this. Look at this fruit. Make yourself some cobblers, make some pies, or just eat them fresh off the vine.
I'm trying to eat healthier. My wife is helping me a lot with that. So I've got the old Vitamix.
Yes.
So to be able to walk out into the garden this summer, just grab a handful of berries, come in and make a fruit smoothie in the morning. There's nothing fresher than that.
There's not. And you know that your hands are the only ones that touched it.
Yeah, yes.
You know, the ones at the grocery store, a lot of times they look great. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not good.
Yeah.
And you don't know where they've been. You also don't know if they've been sprayed. You don't have to spray these. And again, about the bees and the butterflies and all that, I want to keep chemicals out of my garden as much as possible.
For me, we've always been that way because of the dogs and livestock.
Yeah.
But this is joyous. This is fun. Coming up, we're going to talk about the best tomato value I think we've ever done.
Indeed.
But this is dessert first. Imagine you know,
at this stage of life, that's what we want.
Yes. And now that I'm at the age where the cereals I eat have to be heart healthy.
Yes.
By the way, I'm at the age where the cereals I eat, there is never a cartoon character promoting it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that's what it's come to.
It's a wheat, barley, oat. The box is tastier than the cereals. Grab fresh berries and throw them in there.
That's the trick.
That's the trick.
And also to know that you grew them yourself. They're accessible. It's also great to introduce to your kids or your grandchildren. Like little Hazel that helps garden with me. She thought she didn't like any of these fruits because she didn't like the ones that came from the grocery store. But when I showed her that the blackberry didn't have any thorns, that was like a miracle to her. Beautiful, but no spraying, exceptional fruit size and flavor. By the way, both of these varieties were especially developed for the home gardener. That means that they behave themselves. They're not all over the place. Suitable for containers or in the ground. I'm planting an entire row on the back part of my property because I just got to have them.
It brings me joy. You know, you're the ultimate gardener. I'm a pretty darn good farmer.
You are.
And to be able to raise something, it teaches your children a value system. 100 years ago, 10% of this country's population lived on farms. Now it's less than 1%, and the population is 10 times what it was before. You respect food and Mother Nature when you grow it yourself.
Yes, indeed.
And it's fun.
It is a lot of fun, but back to the thing about these being bred for the home gardener, you don't have to have a farm to have room for it, because as you can see,
you need one
you
pot.
have all of that fruit. These will produce more fruit than the traditional raspberry or blackberry. So you get a lot of fruit in a small area. And that's true of the tomatoes that we've got coming up. You don't have to have a truck farm to have a lot of produce.
Yes. And here's the other factor. You know, when summer starts to wane, and kids are already looking and going, I got to go back to school. And mom and dad are thinking, yay, the kids are going back to school. But summer starts to wane. You're going to get a second crop of fruit that you don't normally get with either one of these varieties. And by the way, that Sweet Carolyn, that's an amazing berry.
Let's have a little taste.
This, by the way, I can't rave about this enough. If you're growing any vegetables whatsoever, or you're growing fruits, then you've got to pick up his fruit fertilizer. It is exceptional.
Yes.
And easy.
And also, we've got the tomatoes coming up, and that same fertilizer is good for the tomatoes.
That is item number M17424. Again, personal experience, I can tell you, amazing stuff. Coming up at the end of the show, we're going to be talking about sun patients. And every single year, the sun patients sell out early in the season. What we've got, that is your yard, isn't it? That's called Merlot Magic. You're getting 6 different pieces, and we're even doing an auto delivery. I almost wanted to talk Philip out of this because we offer free shipping and handling, and if the cost of the plants go up, it doesn't matter to you, the consumer. You're still going to get 6 pieces next year, and even with free shipping and handling.
And even if we don't offer it next year, we'll custom grow it for you. That's the beauty of that. That, by the way, is our most popular collection of sun patients.
Every single time that you and I have been on the air and we've been able to do your wonderful tomatoes, they have sold out. And there are different types of varieties of tomatoes.
Yes.
This is kind of fun because now we're working out of our own